I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States. Lee, can you hear us okay?
Yes, I can hear you guys.
Okay, great.
Thanks.
Next order of business is public comment. Any public comment?
I pay taxes. I just want to introduce.
Oh.
I just want, is it okay to ask? Yeah, let
So
her
we
introduce
wanted to. That's.
All right, I just,
Of this.
go right there.
And state name, address, and then you can introduce yourself.
My name is Jasmine Deeble. I live at 5 McKinnon Place in South River. I am interns for the East Lyme Democratic Town Meeting, and this is one of the boards that I chose to serve. I'm very excited to gain some insight into Austin.
Great.
Well, you.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
Sorry, I didn't mean to screw you up.
No. Yeah. Any other public comment? Any other public comment? Any other public comment? I close this comment. So we moving on to special reports. We do not have a selectman representative. So moving on, we have consent agenda.
Can I pull off item C for discussion, please?
So
And then
we'll-
I pull off item D first.
which one?
D?
Okay, so let's do, so C. Transportation agreement, we'll move under finance, we're still under 6, we'll make that 6A. And then D. Goes out of country field trip. We'll make. Yeah, 4A. Any other? Thanks.
Okay, I have a question. Reading through all of the policies that have been revised, are these as a result of some public acts?
Yes, these are, we would get from Shipman and Goodwin the recommended changes. And use those changes, so it's the model policies that they give us, policy committee we put together, make the modifications.
Was it?
This is from previous than anything that's current. Okay, yeah, because the second read is from months back, probably back in the fall is when, yeah, this information came, this is from months ago. Yeah. Yep.
Anyone want to make a,
Let's make a motion to approve the consent agenda minus items C and D.
all those in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Oh, okay. Opposed, abstain, consent agenda passes. We'll move on to 4A, which is proposed out-of-country East Lyme High School field trip to Bermuda. And Kate, you asked for that to be pulled for discussion.
And looking at that was the code of conduct, that signature describing, I know I brought this up every time this comes up, but I think that needs to be a real stated, clear code of conduct for our students who are traveling, because they are acting as our ambassadors for our town, for our community, for the state, for the United States. So, and also travel, now there's certain places that are kind of either red, yellow, or I forget what the third color is, where my husband and I had planned a trip to go to Brazil in October. And we decided to not go because it's not as safe as it wants to travel. I just wanted to bring this.
Yeah, code of conduct's always talked about, and we'll pull the trip if there's any concerns. It won't happen. So, yep, yep.
And do they sign something saying
I don't know if there's a signature of sorts, Kate, but I do know, that is discussed with them. We just had a recent trip, last year. I know that, there was a few issues one student was spoken to, and it impacted some of the trip. So those things are discussed, and it's readily in Mr. Kidd's head, as well, being the new principal, as well. So, but I'll open mention, being that he's new, I'll make another kind of follow-up with him on making sure that, Mr. Buckley is, yeah, and I'll check, see if there's, again, I don't think there's a sign off, per se, but, for conduct itself, but for the trip.
We have these trips, kids go on these trips, or students, and I love that. I think that would be like, if we could just hear something about it, like what they were, the outcomes were. Do any of our students, because of these trips, become oceanographers, or what are the outcomes from that? I'd be interested.
Yeah, we haven't done a report in a while. For one, that's a good idea.
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah, that'd be great. Somewhere.
I believe submitted.
Can't remember.
Yeah. It might be George.
Yeah,
Yeah, we got a couple of students in fall.
Yeah.
And come in and talk about their trips. I think that's good. Yeah.
Because Bermuda one's been going on for many years.
Yeah.
Like, it'd be good to get kind of, I was, that's one that's got a lot of experience. Yeah.
Any other questions or comment on that?
I think that's a great suggestion.
Can we get a motion? Uh,
Second,
Second, further discussion, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Oppose, abstain. It passes. Now we move on to 6A, which is the proposed for student transportation contract. That was changed. Yeah.
so my questions are, I know it goes to 2030, and I know we're supposed to be doing the hybrid green buses by 2030, but I didn't see any mention of it in this contract.
That would be a totally separate.
Okay.
Those are, really, that's gonna.
I know.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna be, that's gonna change legislative, that bad. But that's not part of it. Yeah,
Should be,
it's gonna be discussed and.
and then my second one is I didn't see how much this cost.
7.55% increase each year of the 5 years.
5%.
7.55.
7.5%.
And remember, we're getting 10,
Years,
12 new buses are coming out of that.
it's 7.555 every year.
Each year, yeah,
Each year for 5 years.
yes.
And 12 new buses a year, or just 12 new buses year
Yeah.
one?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Every 10 years.
No, I'm just saying 755 over 5 years is a lot of money.
It's actually pretty decent for what the rates.
Is it?
Yeah.
I just don't have anything to compare it to.
The cost per day is really pretty reasonable. We have been asking those surveys. We are these worth end of the price per day, because that's what I look at, not necessarily the increase. So while 7.55 does sound like a lot.
Sounds like a huge amount.
It does, but our cost per day was significantly lower than a lot of areas. And even now with that 7.55, when you do some comparisons, it's still lower.
And what is this gonna be for this coming school year, the total?
Yeah, so the cost per day.
No, or cost for the year?
Oh, the total, so the total is 1,823,360.
And so then it's 7.555 on top of that.
We have to be able to.
Just like- I'm saying, but after that, it's, okay, just so that in my head, I know. Well, I know it was around 3 to 5, but I couldn't remember. Okay. All right, those are my only. I didn't see it in there anywhere.
Discussion?
I would like to make a motion to approve the first student transportation contract.
Further discussion, all those in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
And opposed, abstained.
June 9th, do I need to abstain because it's, it's part of the consent
We already
agenda?
voted on it.
Okay. I'll get late to the show.
And motion passes. Okay, so that closes our discussion action for the night. Moving on to administration reports. Jeff.
Yeah, a couple quick, I'll save minutes. I'm gonna do a summer update, weekly update on Friday. So I'll do a written item, just to rest on some items. But outside of that, just you're aware, next Monday, a week from today, we are holding our interviews for the Director of Safety and Security position. So Amy had volunteered to be the board member representative, so we've got our committee ready to go for that next Monday. I think I had mentioned maybe the last meeting, or maybe I didn't. If you're interested, on August 7th, we're doing a pizza truck again, for the last 2 years for staff. So if you want to come to central office, the front lawn, front green there, yeah, pizza truck coming. So you got in your calendar, August 7th, around noon time.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, I thought somebody had go. And then just quick, I didn't bring the box. We have yearbooks
I
for
didn't get
everybody. Well, that's my question. Before I carry this box that weighs like 200 pounds, I'm gonna add new ones. Okay, so let me get, yeah, exactly. So I can have. Yeah, that's the question. We can, they're not cheap. That's the other thing I wanted to just, they're like $100. No, not at all, not at all. But if you're not interested, we just won't order one, because every kid gets it, no matter what. Well, we just won't order one. If you don't typically take one, Jill, you don't want one, then we'll order 9 or we'll order 8 every year. So the people that do want one, we'll make sure we order you one. Yeah. Absolutely. We always keep an extra around the office. So just, who doesn't want one? Oh, tell me who doesn't want one. Okay, perfect. Lee, you want one too? Well, because we're gonna drop them off at your house.
Oh, if they are not already ordered, you do not need to special order me one.
We already have them. We have them. For next year, I'm only gonna order 9 right now.
Okay, gotcha. For this year, then yes, that would be great.
Okay, perfect. I will. Yeah, I'll put a note in my calendar. Yeah, but one will be delivered to your house, and then next year I'll put a note in my calendar. Oh, yeah. And it's fine. We just want to make sure, you truly want one and where. Yeah, that's that's been tradition. Yeah, yeah, so. Okay.
The seniors.
Oh, no. Seniors, yes. Yeah, other students have to buy, they have to buy. Yeah. That's it, yeah.
Annalise.
We've been really busy with curriculum work and summer projects and renewal of software, but I will put all of the details in that weekly update for you to review and link in any relevant documents for you that we've completed so far. If you have any specific questions, I'm happy to answer them.
I have a question. Can you go over again sometime in the near future, let's say the next 3 or 4 months, AI again and how we're using it in the school system? No,
It's gonna be talked about quite a bit, yeah.
okay, right,
It's a great.
I just really got a lot of questions.
Save that for our goal. Oh, we're gonna be talking about it, AI a lot more.
Okay,
Well, we have to agree to that, but I have a feeling there's a lot of interest in talking more about it.
now I
Yeah. Sometimes too amazing, which is a different challenge. Mariana?
just to give you an update. Right now, we're at about like 195. I still have some open purchase orders. I have increased them in the last week, but I have some stragglers. So, so things again, give or take a few thousand, will be right around 185.
Now we're gonna put that in the non-lapsing.
We want to bring it to the board for a meeting though, to officially
Okay.
do a motion.
Yes.
To put it
It's in August.
September.
Yeah. Yeah, that's,
Okay.
that's the final number that I can submit it to the state, so I just wanna make sure. It comes up. We're not looking at huge differences, but you just never know if you have this, like a invoice that comes in August.
And so everybody, this is gonna be the third. Anything in the non-lapsing, just formed it.
Last year,
Back in
yeah.
early.
Last, so this was our first opportunity, but now we will have some flexibility. So, but yeah, that is.
It'll be an interfering account.
Yeah.
Can you give us like
It's better than nothing.
10%?
Fortunately, used to be wrong end, but I will, if we end up putting that much in there, then I will look at, I think there's some banks, especially different CDs, exactly. Are you gonna lock it in a CD? Pardon me? Are you gonna lock it in a CD? I might, I don't know. I'm gonna look around and see what rates. I don't wanna lock it in for too long because I mean, like, you know, what happens. Yeah, so we certainly don't want. So.
Because we're depositing over 100,000, there are some high yield money markets that you have to put 100,000 in, so you may qualify to get some of those higher rates without blocking yourself.
Fall under FDIC, but then there's also another requirement for banks. They have to hold certain percentages of
Reserve.
funds,
Yeah.
reserve funds, so that sometimes affects the interest rate because there's a cost to having to
Yep.
maintain those balances. Because there's state of Connecticut rules in municipalities. So there's restrictions, so sometimes those interest rates that you as an individual can get are not always available for certain, so we do.
Okay, thank you, Mariana.
Let us know who you're putting the money.
I'm just curious who you're putting the money
Yeah.
with.
Right now, we have Chelsea Broughton, so that's where all of our, no, I mean through Chelsea Broughton. I don't know, their CD rates, et cetera, are not at this point very good. I would do some research again, take a look and see what is available out there, but just, you know, the initial transfer will be to Chelsea.
Okay, and then there's no investment person we work with too. Just never had that thought till now.
No, because on the school side, we really, it's not like, I have a lot of finance director of the town side, I have various people that I worked with to invest the funds. We really don't have much here. This is kind of some positive.
Thank you for answering that question.
Thanks, Mariana. We had no meetings, evening, the summer.
ABE is the Summer Leadership Conference, August 7th at Waters Edge in Westbrook. It's always great learning opportunity and networking opportunity. I encourage you to sign up and go. You can email Carissa and she'll sign you up. Delegate assembly for convention is the 20th of November. Convention is November 21, 22, and then new board member orientation and leadership is December 9th. But that's it. It's been kind of a quiet summer with Dave, so it's.
They changed their,
Oh, yeah, we did do a huge
Yeah,
refresh on the logo. We rebranded, kind of brought it up to modern times. They refreshed the whole website and everything, logos, new everything. It's really cool. I just kind of miss the school books. It doesn't feel schooly to me, but just a circle. It doesn't feel schooly to me with a circle. Sorry. That's it.
For Learn, we do not meet over the summer, but we did have can't remember when we had our meeting versus the last Learn meeting. Both probably around the same time. Only I'll comment on that. We had, they do the State of the Union in June. And Jeff and other superintendents come to that. And Kate Erickson, the chair, I'm the superintendent of the school. She gives a kind of readout of all of Learn. And Learn's going very well. I mean, that's summary is their schools are doing well, they're thinking of the next, what's next in each of their schools. And then the other they talked about is that they do provide services like operation services to, it's mainly the smaller towns who don't have the size large enough to have an IT director, payroll or other things like that, and they can provide it for a fee, but they do provide that, and that's going pretty well for Learn to provide that service. So probably my Learn update. Moving on to board comments and future agenda items. Okay, but
I have two comments, and one of them may probably be part of our goals discussion, but I'll mention it here. First comment is that we've all been bruised by the budget sessions. And I guess one of the things that after the budget passed, we discussed was that you have to keep a close eye on how to keep costs down, because that's not a one-time thing. That's something that we have to do on a periodic basis. So I guess my comment is that something that we're going to have carry as a goal as a board? Again, I do recognize that we need to stay in our lane. We are not going to get into the administrative aspect of things, but how can the board help the administration kind of keep an eye on the cost and maybe facilitate or avoid, future issues like what we had last year. So that's my comment. Let's see what folks have to say.
oh, well, we'll talk about that in the goals section. That's
Okay, so
perfect. Exactly what you should, that's a perfect item for the goals.
All right, so then I guess the second comment is that, one of the things that was brought up as part of this budget session was that, okay, we are offering too many classes with less enrollment. And then, and I think Annalise sent out an Excel spreadsheet of all the classes and the enrollment numbers. I've looked at it, and I think it is not a good thing to just look at the number of students enrolling and the class sizes. That's not the right way to look at it, because you have to compartmentalize those class sizes based on rigor, and of course specific interest areas as well. So my suggestion is that that Excel spreadsheet is the starting point, but there has to be more analysis done on the class sizes associated with those classes based on specific subject areas, rigor, and then also making sure that especially children of special needs are not clubbed into that same pool classes with small class sizes. So that's something I would like to work on. If other folks are interested, we can collaborate on that. But that's not means I know enough about statistics, but I don't know enough about what some of those subjects and what the rigor is associated with. So if people would like to work on that, I'm happy to volunteer, and we can form a work group around that.
Yeah, we're happy for others. I actually did take the data and started my own kind of analytics, because I need to include, looking at AP classes versus something else. They're not A level
The PCE class.
CCP, and there's CC advanced. So CCP advanced was the old A level, and CCP was the old. Just I know we're not supposed to use that, but that's a lot of that for years. So so looking at those, so I agree with you. I mean, you have to look at them differently. At different times too. Yeah.
That maybe it's sort of bridging those two pieces together, because, I think that we tend to ask for data, but we don't look at just the numbers. We look at sort of the context behind it or multiple different data points. And I think kind of a lot of us are probably looking at it kind of through our own sort of, analytics or lens, but maybe it's kind of elevating that so we can, align on, like the 3 top criteria or whatever. So kind of we're all able to, look at more than just that, especially if we're doing it anyway,
And-
individually.
This fall is also nice. And you start thinking about an outcome metric, something. Budget goal and then form a committee around looking at high school class sizes to optimize something along those lines, and then we have it right in our goal. So that's something we can also discuss.
And one last thing, I was hoping I'd get a Viking Saga copy. We upload or?
I checked today, and unfortunately, we did not get a set that had come up. I had one, and that showed, the one that shows all the college places, that's probably the most thought, that's the one you're thinking of, maybe? I brought, because I know Eric always likes, so I brought the one. Let me try and see if we can track them down here. I don't know. I'll talk to Henry tomorrow. Yeah, so let me,
I am free.
we can always print this. It might be in.
What if I take a
This is what we'll look at. We can get one, we can eat. It'll be that popular. All right, that's good.
Yeah.
We'll get copies.
It's to Aiden's ear, I had to get it online and print it, because there were none.
This one disappeared. We only got
Yeah, they're
one that was in the
popular.
central office. I know. That's
Like people,
why I grabbed the.
I couldn't get a hard copy last year either.
We'll
Yeah.
you take it back home. Yeah. And that's the same thing. No, that's, you brought it up. I should have just made copies. There were.
I had Fish Robbie as the guest on my television. She is, Jeff, did you get a chance to watch that?
I did not.
She is an amazing author. She was the voice of the female Muppets. So she's an amazing, like she went to Cornell College to be a vocalist, so she's got this amazing repertoire. Now she's a children's author and she's written these books, and there's one that is so amazing, it's Always in My Heart. Sometimes apart, but always in my heart, and her books rhyme. So they're so cool for anybody literacy minded, loves literacy. And then she has this little dog named Alaska that goes with it. And she just does such a beautiful job, but always in my, this organization that she's involved with is United Through Reading, and they hand out books to people who are military families. So families that have their dads or moms off serving in the military, they provide books for them, and I think on a monthly basis. So she just is an amazing mother. So I brought this in and she autographed it. I told Jen I was gonna give it to Jen, so it's really cool. Yeah, it is. You guys have to watch the interview because she's just human dynamo. She started as a young woman wanting to be an opera singer and then ends up being a children's author and then has this great huge impact. So that is fun.
Can you share the link?
The link, can you, oh, for my show, it's 668 KTV. And it's YouTube. Oh, can I can do that as long as nobody responds to me, right?
Give it to.
Put it right in with Friday up.
Sure.
Yeah, I'll put it right up.
668 KTV, yeah. And like and follow and share. We're up to 85,000 followers now.
Okay, motion,
I'd like to make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
discussion, all those in favor, say aye. Opposed, abstained, we are adjourned.